Salone Man Get Badheart, especially APC Tolongo Toge Pambodi. When we found with them, this now hot breaking news. We just don't happen. We believe say before we go to bed, we for share and which one? You know, me waiting in a studio, me na Dima the Great, the SFPP Baba. When we can always say the APC Tolongo Toge Pambodi, you know, better for that country today, where we not get for can hear and know some of that thing in there. As long we, the Green Movement, we're ready to expose APC today, tomorrow, at any moment, and any hours. We're fine with it. APC get Badheart. Pakababi talking before, but people do not believe him. But now they can't see him. They pass him, especially from the APC Tolongo to Oge Pambodi. This Mami cause party here. Party were not better for that nation. So me fine with it before I put Kamara on our share. Yeah, Salone Man Get Badheart, especially the APC Tolongo to Oge Pambodi. They're not better for that country. They're not better for our nation. Me fine with it. My name is Dima. Well, we found with them on a kushe again on a cabo. Salone Man Get Badheart. How Salone Man Get Badheart? Now we get for can discuss now. Yeah, me and Kamara. But however, we don't see some things that go on at the media, and we see before we sleep, where we get for count and to the attention of one and let one know why make we see Salone Man Get Badheart. But Kababi don't talk that thing day before, but now we don't see a reality. Anyway, Kamara, talk to the people there first.
Family Lemona, good evening. Today, na the 1st August 2022. It's a small one, I know Remy. We national president for the Green Movement, Mr. Francis Danema. Francis Louis Danema died on the 14th. Now we go bury yesterday in village Namano that say. We don't go bury, we don't come. But I say, family, one statement the way Pakababi, the way people be facing a joke now it manifests now we country. Where Pakababi says Salone Man Get Badheart. Salone Man Get Badheart. That time they will not be no. We be facing a joke, the party joke. When and now we don't see Salone Man in Badheart. Now the only topic that way we get for can talk on. I really want to let you see, don't let you pay you attention. Let you see say Salone Man Get Badheart. And what thing I they tell you about Badheart? Badheart is more dangerous than witch. Anytime you see which man exists, it gets somebody behind and we get Badheart. Plus, you get Badheart for you. Now, you go take your name, a car and go to Moriman go with you. A car and go to Habalis go with you. A car and go to Jujuman go with you. And if they not present your case to witch them at the coven, they not go ever with you. And person go only present your case or carry go to Moriman, to Jujuman, to Habalis, where you get Badheart for you. But that person, a person where it go don't go high level. It no one let nobody reach in level. It just want let everybody they below him. But that person as a person where it say if he not get, it can poor. It want let all man be poor man. So this Badheart now in Pakaba been talk about. Now it manifest now with country. From where President Kabakam, I'm sorry, President Julius Madabio come na power. Now we see boku demand them. All the demand them where they make, it not make sense. Teachers them. Then be they get less salary. Where the previous government been they done at the APC government. Where pa Bio don't come in government. It build boku schools them. It recruits teachers them. It give them pin code. It comes with an education minister. Whether education minister, they do very well. I mean, they expect teachers them for go tell President Biotenki instead. Then go demand, high demand. All in the name of BADHAT. Because a political party they behind them, where they support them for let them make sure say this country is not better. Where they're not able to make the country within the space of 11 years, where President Bio don't come, they do very well. They enter inside the civil society them for let them boil this country. That am BADHAT. Look what in the doctors then do for God's sake. Look the kind of strike where doctors they strike. Doctors they not strike say they not they pay their salary. They not talk about any other thing. They say fair money. Okay, the government agree. It say I go they give una fair, but una go they go take an affair station. They say no passport. They send the money in the account. They're not to fear they strike for. When then they strike today, they not even think about Bele woman. They not think about Kumbra. They not think about under 5 picking them. They not think about sick man them. They just think about that they fear money, that they pocket money. Now you know more than think about. Why is it? When they take on this mantle of leadership, they say that they come for save life. BADHAT. Nice Salone Man get. Salone Man get BADHAT. But the open BADHAT now. One alusign conte or cabo or something, it go can introduce itself. In your BADHAT way it don't do. Una get for can listen. Le una eri. Le una know say Salone Man get BADHAT. Salone Man not good.
You're right. Some na kaburi talk.
Okay, na alusign cabo. Alusign cabo they talk to Ibrahim. But I they tell you say we na the green movement, any information we will they give you is credible. Not take this audio as any other way. This audio na fact. This audio I don't investigate and before me they talk. Me not they just talk. Anything where they talk I the investigator. Now fact, we say if you want send a miss way he send a other side na him he can at the forums them. This man a name Alusign.
Yeah, na Alusign kaburi talk. Yes, from Kamara. Some this waiting your man in you should not find SLPP, honestly.
You see, Alusign Kabo say, waiting you man then they do, they not fine. Which man them? He say SLPP there. He say honestly, waiting that they do, they not fine. Yes, Mr. Alusign, waiting that they do, we not fine.
If we allow them guide them, do anything they have man them, we will ever remain for in our position.
You see? He say if they allow the guide them, the SAPP government for do what they want to do, then will ever remain in opposition. So that don't tell you say they don't care about the people, they do not care for nothing. Only they care about let them come in governance. Yes, what you feel say then therefore them they do what you want make let one remain in opposition. Tell Weber.
In opposition. Especially look what this man I don't do most. This guy with the call most. This one.
Okay, this guy with they call most. Where they can lodge in complaint. Most now one guy where they call Moses Koroma. Moses Koroma in your money where he go get overseas. He say it's don't see in people that they suffer in this country. He order the biggest shipwreck ever since in the history of Salone. Now in don't come with that ship day. It counts boku race. Now the complainer on this man they can't lay to in company. Yes, when I listen now.
One shipwreck you don't work out. Man. It's a problem. You know, saying these are the only two way APC want use for campaign against human. Yeah, you know.
You see, it's a most don't come with one ship race. This na problem because their APC now the only thing that way they be want for use for campaign against the SLPP. Yes, then a destruction that they use for campaign against the SLPP. Most way it don't play in not to most let's tell you myself unless my Koroma gets money person unless my Koroma get that money for order that kind ship in two. It not do it they give about them for cost na social media. It not do it they pay honor councillors them for cut transformer cable there. Root lights them. It said then. Now the only way this waiting at the way whether they use for campaign against SLPP, but that's then at this country.
Those Salone people, and that this now they want for campaign against with seriously against the SLPP. Or if this man don't go count this guy, see, man, once she press don't count her. And now it's wasted in the two. Now, if I don't even allow the people, other people left for count, yes, now in this country.
You see? It said then, waiting tranga na then the hala setting tranga. Beyond na then they be waiting they happen at this country. There is a champion behind this thing. It say the man don't go count one ship race. And then now that tranganess no more either before used as a campaign message against the SLPP. Now when the one ship race don't come, Salone Man they not able them better. It say and President Bio don't open doors for more investors than for count race in this country. This now in the worry now to them. Now in the worry there. Yes, Mr. Continue.
You know, since Karina CTC no more be take out yes. You know, so one in CTC. So
you see. Where them be the talk say this hardship na this country na APC responsible people that they deny. It say Krade na CTC no more the count rest. And CTC now na the man then day. This CTC na the man then day. So now other investors them they don't open doors for let them go the count rest. This nine don't hurt them now BADHAT.
It can just you work with them, you know, at least the rest price will go up.
You see? Then when they work with CTC, at least for let rest price go up. You weigh the APC, you that granny, you that grandpa, you that poor man, where you don't know nothing. When this been they happen, whether they life and President Bio, whether they life and this government, now them been they work with CTC for let rest price go they go up. So that when they suffer, when I go see this government for be a bad government, but now God don't expose them by that. When I listen to them, kill the way they talk, yeah.
When you don't count this yes right now, and the man they don't give this contract here, where the count yes, and the man. So if the best way we for the two no more now with border, so they would pray. They would pray to God. This Maori don't come in losses.
You see BADHAT? You don't see BADHAT? Somebody don't go work in money na oversee. We don't know how it work out. Una don't thief this country billions upon billions of dollars. That man they don't come with young one ship race. It say he want cancel and cheap to the people of this country. This man here say, if this happen, then go remain in opposition. So waiting there for do let them pray, let this man losses. Which kind BADHAT this? Which kind BADHAT this? Una listen.
The losses heavily let people not buy. Let them not buy that race. So
I straight to God to go buy them. Una don't challenge God. This now the battle between God and Satan. Now the battle between God and Satan. We go by that race, and by God in power, that man no go losses. Una listen, no. This party una say una they bring in governance 2023, where they say that they bring them in government. Listen now, them people they wait till they talk.
Next time no count again. But now, when this fire don't count there, yes, we don't count there, yes, you can't sell and cheap out. Yes.
And at this they no one. They no one let think cheap na this country because if think cheap na this country, yeah, so they no go vote them. They know they campaign with any other thing, but like how rest be there. If now una be go order this one cheap race here, so una can't sell and cheap. Una say na APC race. Una don't already close SLPP. But una not do and post don't come out. In don't go do. Una your money that una they keep up. Una your money una they use them for pay Adebayo, they for pay something, they for pay the other people, the college, they for cost mommy cost. The man he don't go use in your money. He don't count with race. Una say let it losses. Una say na this kind way. Una go do. For let una kind governance, fumble them. Una get for choose between the lines today, between SLPP and APC, which would have would for this country. Yes, Paddy, go ahead.
Salone Man, very quick for confused. Because they don't convince me. This my account then rest there, we can't allow this guy sell one, you go back to cow with a man, the market begin flow with yes, then can rest there, man. The problem for you.
You see? It said if they allow this man come with this rest, it sell. It go come again. It sell. So that time they now poor man they get chopped for it. That time they now people they wait in a village they will get chopped for it. Rest go then a market 50 fatter. It's a problem for them. What is really not the problem if think cheap na this country. Where Fatima Biobi talk say this petrol business is in a APC that they be and people they begin hala. Now they don't prove themselves. We now not see this audio saying a propaganda. This I don't investigate this audio from where I am. I don't know exactly how this audio come out and how it go. Yes, Paddy, go ahead.
Salone, people forget to. They don't even forget about the past how many years they be done the suffer.
The sufferness. The sufferness, how many years? Now 11 years now. Una put them away because una meet 60,000. Una left at 265,000. So now una put the sufferness away. If we don't forget sufferness, we not go ever forget what una. Now the same sufferness una want let it continue. Go ahead.
The only thing we man, let with the prayer, let with the prayer. This guy, we don't count this guy. But he lost his heavy one, so they know.
You see, una see BADHAT. Now he say let them pray where this man don't come with this grace. Let he lost his heavy one. He not get this money, or even if he get he not do what the man don't do. Now the BADHAT this way we they talk, but now this BADHAT for Kababi see. It says Salone Man Get Badheart. How you come go don't go walk, you come Salone Man in name what's he? Musa Koroma. Most don't go work in your money, it don't order ship, one ship rest, big ship rest, it don't counter. It say let the people they not sleep hungry, it say let them sell and cheap. You say let them pray, let una pray for let it losses. You say separate the APC, this is fine for you. When now the political party this one they be. Now the political party this one say una they bring in government for 2023. Yes, continue.
Come with you know. But if we allow the man, if we allow, we not pray to God, this man losses, we allow, we can't flow the market, we then can get there. Because the government can't sell and cheap. They go sell and cheap.
When this they no only happen. It say if they allow this man come with this dress here, if flop this market, it go begin sell and cheap. So then you always pray God, let hardship in this country, let darkness in this country, let triangleness in this country. Now that's the left weapon for the past 11 years. Now they want to continue. But yet still, with the tell una they see President Bio as bad person. Well now, God don't begin expose una young people there. For tell una say na then the BADHAT and the witch for this country. Yes, but the waiting for me.
Hey man, yeah, waiting for the interview, waiting to okay. It's a matter we go discuss the issue with Madam Bio tell them all kind of things. He say let them get on the platform. Let them open the space for the neck. Another young man.
You see, it say where they interview the man. The man say, Madam Yogo tell all kinds of things, how for bring can development, how for bring can investors then at this country. So he say let them get a platform. Let you go the count rest in this country because then your man then when a CTC, where then they control them, where the count rest, then they make a high. Now they don't get other investors them, where they count rest. This now don't worry APC now. Yes, Paddy.
And the young man will not get this contract here too. So, my brother, I think when I pray, now pass on the messages that all we APC group there. You have to all refocus them, all the other people, and we maybe we provide.
It say let them pray. Una not only pray, una get for pray and fast. Yeah? Una pass on the message. Una not pass on good message to una people them. Una not bring goodness to them. Now how we want for destroy them? How this country for they in darkness? How this country the people there for sleep hungry? Now in the message they say let they pass on to una. But try they whether they see that they can go them picky them oversee they not ever consider una. They say let una suffer. Let una self agree. Let una all pray. Let goodness not come in this country because not to APC they in governance. I will say, but why una na food man? They una get for agree to them.
They will fumble and let them pray. Let everybody pray. This man, this rest you don't come with make it losses.
You see BADHAT? It say let everybody pray. This man, this rest we come with let it losses. Somebody we don't go work in money. This kind of money and a school gets in type in millions type. It not go out rest, it not build school, it not do nothing. It just sit down, it is spend per more than a social media that they cost per me cost. It is spend per woman that they dance a music they call ambassador picking, that they preach tribalism. The man where in don't go count for let we all not suffer, it not say we count for SFPP, it not say for any other political party, say for Salone Man. Now, they say let them pray, let the man losses. This BADHAT where they tell you, this BADHAT where Pakababi talk about 90s.
Losses everyone so that you know will come with it. Let people they don't buy them. Let us pray to God, they don't buy them. When they don't come with go back and install.
By God in power, that hardship on the pray God for. Now una go left by hardship una and una generation. Say the word done when I not go see waiting a goodness. If you they pray for this man where you don't go spend in money, you don't buy in market, you don't buy in rest for they bring can this country. So other side and they not carry and go there. They say they can't sell and cheap. You say they pray, let it losses, let people they not buy, let in market not sell. You with the pray, you and your political party wanna they pray for that, wanna they pray for let that happen to that man. Now una get for losses, now una get for banking and key una Now God is in wrath for dumpa una by the grace of God.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, now that's that man they say. I tell you, I say Salone Man Get Badheart. Salone Man Get Badheart. Then my second message at the talk about this August 8th, where they say that they come out August 8, August 9, August 9. This na the thing that this way that they come out for. They say that they come out for overthrow President Mio August 8, August 9, August 10. Let nobody not go sell, let nobody not eat, let nobody not do. If you now get sense, like how una kingdom talk say, let nobody not go no side. Hey, una not even toilet, una not spit, una go on hunger strike. Hunger strike. Like 3 months, let una not eat. Farm with them. Salone Man Get Badheart. Them man I get badheart for this country. This kind badheart, you know, there's no sign at the world. No sign not in at the world where you go find this kind badheart here. Where people they get for this country. You see teachers them build new schools they recruit boku teachers they not tell president thank you. Instead they strike, they demand boku money. They don't solve the problem. Doctors they don't give boku nurse and pin code. They about forgive other nurse and pin code because they don't want to let them nurse and get pin code so that what they do, they can't strike, they say for fear. They say, okay, we'll go to give una fear. They say, no, pass they put the money in their account when not to fear una strike for. Now the badheart country, this way they live. This country, badheart boku. Then we can't crown somebody. Professor Fode Jawad, Minister of Environment. We don't crown him today. Now, the minister for the grassroots people. That man they bien we from where this we national president Francis died. Where he open a domot for we nothing no left where he no do. Now we go to that interior village. Where the village also they not reach 15. Now we go there, we go there, Francis, President Bio. Anybody will get this message, do your Professor Fode Jawad. We the grassroots them. Now we don't crown him as the grassroots minister. That one day would they be with President Bio, that man they a good man. Now so I will take left now with this small topic. When I go they get me now always, Salone Man gets badheart. Pakababi talk I will not be understand and now we don't believe. Mina Kamara. This is the program where Dima the Great, the SFPP about the support. In team, DJ Force, the SFPP DJ. Musa Vibe, the SFPP Iron Gates. Alhaji Sita Jabi, the SFPP 1 Konopiki, 1 SFPP Pikin, the SFPP Bulldozer. And Madam Tenet Paka, the SFPP grassroots mama. Me where they bring this small topic to una. We don't can show una how Salone Man Get Badheart. Mina Kamara. Una bye.
That was the message from Kamara, live from the Green Movement. You know this badheart here, we can talk him. We pause to talk and say no, you know this. But at least when I bend on Eric, when I don't listen to the voice notes, when I don't see the conversation, when I don't see the reason why APC not get any strategy, the only thing when they believe in is to come back to power, to can't thief, to can't care who comes to go behind. Because anybody when a pure citizen of that country will love Mama Salone. This is not a time for let you play politics. It's a time for let you support, create ideas or create ways for let people in another country they let not suffer. Because we know say around the world the global issue is not easy. But somebody don't take in your money, in your finance. You don't know how it's suffer getting money, it don't count. And as by Kroma, we're in the richest president, former president inside Africa. Salone, again, money, it don't get mind do that. Samura Kamara, where they dance behind them, they dance supper, they do this behind them. Samura Kamara don't get mind take the money to do that kind of thing then they to prove say, well, the people the hardship day because in the crisis say the country stronger. You know able to talk that. You know able to do that. But somebody don't can do and they can't bring back that, they can't. Anyway, this is really pathetic. But now how we get for end up? We will get back to one tomorrow. Tete will meet again. This time on our favorite program, TGM. Me waited as studio, me na Dima the Great, the SFP people. And also, me na the deputy chairman where they represent the Sierra Leone People's Party. I go say Tata, God bless we all. They will not all sleep fine. Let God make the one that we hate Salone, we don't like Salone. They don't want to see the good things there where they can at that country. Let God destroy them all. That will message down there. And that prayer, you self get for put into prayer. But anybody will get bad at for that country, they let it not succeed. I go say tata.